right. So given yesterday we put together some leads for us to make calls on today. Today I'm going to be testing out a new phone script that I put together to make offers for seller finance. So the way that I structured my pitch is I have it more so with it more so being an introduction for me to get a feel of the realtor. So that way, if there's someone that I can tell is open to working with me, knowing that not I'm an investor and not necessarily the one with the capital, but I'm working with investors as an equity partner. I want to see if they're open to the idea of seller financing. That way, I'm not just going straight into trying to pitch a seller finance deal and they can tell, I'm young and am new to the game. So, honesty is the best policy, and that's pretty much what we have integrally written into the script. So, just so you guys can follow along, I'm going to read it off. And I need to figure out how to do edits where I can post like little photos and stuff while I make videos. But essentially my pitch goes, "Hey Harrison, how you doing today?" Good. I'm calling about Jason Avenue. Before getting into offers, I think the best way to do business is just being forward. So I've got a couple capital partners picking up properties in the area. If I were to connect your client with a buyer and them get a best case offer, would you be opposed to me being compensated? Pause and wait for a response. So if they say no, we end the call and we're good. We've protected our energy. We can make another call and we're just good to keep pushing. But if they're open to it, then okay, great. So Harrison, I'd like to make an offer that works best for your client. I know people will lowball to try to keep payments low, but if we were willing to offer over asking by working something out with the seller, does that sound like something they'd be open to? Pause and wait. So from within the first like 20 seconds of the phone call, I'm letting them know that I'm, making a call as an investor, but I'm not the one with the money. I'm a partner with the people who have the money. So straightforward. And then secondly, my second question, I'm asking whether or not they are open to the idea of seller financing before even getting into the offer, before even pitching the offer, just getting a feel. So again, if no, end it there. If yes, we keep going. So perfect. So what I'll do is I'll put together an offer in writing and I can have that over to you by tomorrow morning. Just for my reference, are there any preferences that come to mind I should keep account for when structuring the deal? And then this is going to let me know, okay, like, for one, it's going to get them to actually think about what their client wants. And so they may say, no, just send whatever you think is best. Or they'll say, yeah, they'd want a higher down payment or they'd want like monthly cost. Or it also gives them the opportunity to ask questions. And, again, we can just go building a relationship from there. But essentially, after asking that, getting them involved in the deal making process and letting them know I'm genuinely looking for their client's best interest. Perfect. Well, Harrison, sounds good. Thank you so much for your time, and we'll be in touch soon. Thanks. Bye bye. And boom, we go from there. So I do have somebody who's coming over to the house because I'd hit up a guy that I'd met at my old door-to-door job with Vivint. He had actually started selling solar. And so I texted him just so I could kind of see what it's about. If it's something that I have to wait like 6 weeks until I see a check because I have to wait till it's installed, then, we're pretty much have the same waiting time doing this. But if it's something faster, I wouldn't mind doing something on Saturdays. I think, practicing skills and getting paid for skills is the best way to improve your value proposition on the market. So I would rather do a sales role, a sales position on Saturdays than just working at a bar or, cleaning golf carts on a Saturday. That'd be more ideal. Um, I am open to the idea of doing Vivint on weekends too. Um, it just depends, obviously like for me, a big thing is just working with, people who like I can be like, straightforward and blunt with, obviously given the pitch. So that's kind of the priority, but yeah, we'll go ahead and make some calls. He's supposed to come at 11, so I don't know if he's already nearby. Let me see what he said. Yeah, he's not nearby. So yeah, this gives us the opportunity to make some calls and we'll see how many of these we can actually go through. So let's go ahead and get to it. So our first one is gonna be 601 Harrison. Ironically enough, Harrison. Honestly, the thing is banging out as many of these calls as possible because one, realtors may not answer, and two, they may answer, but they may be dickheads. They may be people we don't want to work with. So we're gonna just go through these, and given I've already vetted these properties, like for the most part, these will all work for what we're doing. It's just about following our script. So let's go ahead and move. Got Kirk.
This is Kurt.
Hey Kirk, how you doing today?
Good. Who's this?
Good. I'm Logan. I'm calling about Harrison Street. Before getting into offers, I think best way to do business is just being straightforward. So I've got a couple capital partners picking up properties in the area. If I were able to connect your client with a buyer and help them get a best case offer, would you be opposed to me being compensated?
No, but if you're trying owner financing way below asking price, don't bother because we have probably 8 showings today.
Oh yeah, I know it's been a increasingly popular method, but no, that actually it wasn't exactly what I was going to suggest. So I would want to make an offer that works best for the client, but I know people will try to lowball just to keep payments low. We'd be willing to do something over asking price if that's something that your client would be open to. Does it sound like something they would be?
Okay, listen, I've been doing this for 35 years. What's your what's your offer? I don't need to play this game. If you're doing owner financing or stuff like that, I have hundreds of deals a year. I know you guys go over the asking price, but you want that you're going to give them $28,000 in cash and take over the mortgage, and it's a 1% interest rate. So, what's your offer?
Well, I was just, seeing whether or not it's something that your client would want because I could put together an offer, but I'd want to structure it based on their priorities. So whether that's a higher down payment, interest.
Listen, you're saying a lot of things to say nothing. What is based on their priority? Are you doing owner financing? Are you doing a straight offer? Come on. I've been doing this too long to waste time doing it this way.
I know I'm not trying to waste your time, Kirk.
Well, that's
It
what you're
would,
doing.
well,
What, are you bringing an actual offer? I don't care what your client's priorities are. I care what my seller's priorities are.
yeah, I know. I'm trying to get your seller's priorities, but I think I may have caught you at a bad time. I'll call you back at another time, Kirk. You have a good one.
Yeah.
It is what it is. On to the next. It's like you're literally a realtor though. Why be rude? So Kirk, kind of rude. And I was definitely nervous. Like I could literally feel my heart kind of pounding on the phone, but it's like, dude, like saying something to say nothing. We've been talking 2 minutes and you're already being brash. But nonetheless, we spent what, 5 minutes? So not a big deal. So let's go ahead and go to the next.
This is Tammy.
Hey Sammy, how's it going?
Good.
Good, good. I'm Logan. I'm calling about Bear Claw Loop. Before
Yes.
before I get into offers, I think best way to do business is just being straightforward. So I've got a couple capital partners picking up properties in the area, and if I were to connect your client with a buyer and get them a best case offer, would you be opposed to me being compensated?
I you're an agent, correct?
I'm not an agent. I'm actually working with a couple investors. I'm looking for a deal that I can have equity in for a project that I'm working on. But I know not every agent's willing to work with, people if they're not necessarily the ones with the capital in hand.
Right. I mean, I don't see a problem with it. But it is all going to come down to what the offer is because I mean, that's what it's going to come down to.
100%
Yeah.
understandable. So, Tammy, I'd like to make an offer that obviously works best for the client. And I know people will try to lowball just to keep payments down, but if we were willing to offer over asking by working something out with the seller, does that sound like something they'd be open to?
Working something out with the seller, meaning
Owner
oh gosh,
carryback, seller finance. I know there's different
yeah,
terms for
thank
it.
you. That's what I was trying to get to. I can ask. I can't guarantee it because she is elderly, so it probably won't work. But I could always ask. That's it. I can always ask the question.
Okay, yeah. And I know she's probably on fixed income then.
Yes.
Definitely. So, I mean, unless she's planning on buying a yacht, we may be able to structure something that might boost her income, but obviously it's up to whether or not it's something she'd want to do. But what
Right.
I'll do is I can put together an offer in writing and I can have that over to you by tomorrow morning.
Okay.
Just for reference, are there any preferences that would come to mind I should keep account for structuring the deal? Maybe like higher payments?
Probably. Yeah, I would say higher payments for sure.
Okay, cool. Well, Tammy, sounds good. I'll get that over to you and thank you so much for your time. We'll be in touch soon.
Thank you. I'll talk to you soon.
Thanks. Bye-bye. Boom! Boom! Was that not a fire call? And it was 2.5 minutes. Again, built trust, understood who the client was, and we got them to say, yeah, I'm open to the idea. So those are the type of agents that we trying to talk to. You feel me? So we're gonna go ahead and put Tammy with the green because she definitely got her client's best interest. So again, that took like typing out the message and call included like 3-4 minutes, and it's a good lead. So we'll make sure to get that over. And then let me just text her my name real quick and make sure I got an email. And she responded. So we're good. She's a solid lead. And that's the thing too, like if you're not like keeping things light in sales, you're gonna hate it. Like I remember when I had gone to Baltimore this summer for doing Vivint, my head was not in the game, and so I was just dreading my time on the doors. But you have to enjoy it. Otherwise, it's brutal. You deal with a bunch of Kirks, and then it gets in your head. So we'll go ahead and go to the next.
Thanks, Alex.
Hey Alex, how you doing, man?
Doing well.
Good. I'm Logan. I'm calling about Oakshire Drive. Before getting into offers, I think best way to do business is just being straightforward. So I've got a couple capital partners picking up properties in the area. If I were to help connect your client with a buyer and get them a best case scenario offer, would you be opposed to me being compensated?
Yeah, I mean, I already have multiple offers. We're gonna get this under contract today, so.
Nice. Awesome, man. Well, I'm glad to hear. If anything changes, I mean, it sounds like there's demand, but feel free to reach out and I'll put in an offer.
All right, sounds good. Thank you.
Thanks. Bye-bye. Cool. Fast and easy. Like I said, efficiency is the key. You got to go quick. But on to the next.
Hello.
Hey, Bianca.
Yes.
Awesome. I just talked with Deanna. She told me to give you a call.
Okay.
So I'm
Okay,
look.
so also dealing with clients at the same time. Go ahead.
Oh, is it a bad time? I could give you a call
No,
another time.
no, it's fine. It's fine.
Okay. So I was calling about wait, sorry.
Sorry, I got like a million things happening at the same time. Go ahead.
I hear you. I'll be quick. So I was calling about Flormer Terrace. Before
Which
getting
one?
in 3440. I remember she said there was a couple. So I have a couple capital partners. They're picking up properties in the area, but before getting into the offers, I just wanted to ask if I was able to connect your client with a buyer, would you be opposed to me being compensated?
That is up to the seller.
Okay, I can work with that.
Right. I'm not opposed to it, but that's up to the seller.
100%. Great. So
Right. And then would your buyers be willing to compensate you?
how so? You mean like as
So,
far as
so you're gonna bring the buyer. Are you a licensed agent?
so I'm partnered with a couple investors. I would be hoping to be an equity partner, but in the event neither of them buy the property, they've got a network of investors that they would pass the deal along to. So my goal is
Right.
I've got a project that I'm looking to.
So then would you like would you just be compensated? Would you just like go wholesale route and be compensated with an assignment fee?
I mean, it's a route, but my thing is I'm a coder, so I'm building an automated distribution system and I'm looking for assets that I can link to the software just to be able to prove the concept. So given real estate, it's one of the best assets to work with this type of thing, other than private equity. That's just the route that I went with. I already had a few friends in the real estate game.
Okay.
So I'd want to make an offer that obviously works best for your client. I know people will try to lowball just to keep payments low, but if we were willing to make an offer over asking by working something out with the seller, does that sound like something they'd be open to?
Step to it or something?
No, so I'd seen on public record that it looked like the property was owned free and clear. Is that accurate?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So what we'd want to do is, typically banks, they make their money by, lending out the cash, and they're going to make the price of the home just over the 30 years. So instead of paying the bank payments, we would want to make the seller payments. And that way we'd be able to offer them potentially over the 350 they have it listed at.
No, it's got to be bought outright, cash, closed, done.
Gotcha, gotcha. Are they looking to move it into another property like 1031 it?
They already bought another property. They're already out.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, and the thing is, are you aware of what FEMA's doing right now? So if a home is owned outright cash and they file for FEMA assistance and they get cut a check, that property has to carry flood insurance for the life of the property unless it's demolished.
Oh, man.
Yes. So with that, a letter. You have to be careful. So any property that you purchased where the seller owned it outright and potentially got flood or got flooded and got FEMA assistance, they would have provided them a letter. There are very few people that, like, for example, I just sold one where they had flood insurance for like the 20 years that they had the house. They paid it off like a few months ago, and then it flooded. But so then FEMA honored that because they had carried the flood insurance. So like the next owner doesn't have to carry it now. So they got like grandfathered in. But people that just bought their houses outright and didn't carry it at all, that is one of the things that FEMA is now doing to recoup that money that they've paid out because everything's now dried up. So unless the home is demolished and built up, you would have to carry it. I believe that is the case with Florimar because they did collect FEMA money. And they owned the house for 20 years without any flood insurance.
Yeah. And I know there was
So
tons
that's
of
the case.
damages on the coast.
Have to sell it like as is, closed, quick, 14 days cash, straightforward, no contingencies, none of that, no sub twos, no creative financing, none of that, just straight up.
Hmm.
And this house needs everything. It hasn't even been remediated yet.
Oh, so there's still damages from the storm.
Correct.
I got it. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. So it wouldn't even qualify for a mortgage then. Right. Yeah, I'd seen on the photos. I couldn't tell if that was damage from the storm, but
To be tore out, it needs everything.
I gotcha. Yeah, this is definitely an interesting one. So I want to make sure I'm understanding properly. So for your client, you're thinking they would need to sell it outright, just given for somebody to buy the property, unless it was demolished, they would have to hold the flood insurance, correct?
Correct. Yes.
Got it, got it. And is the flood insurance, is that
The laws every day, and this
right?
is like a new thing.
Yeah, you're the first person who told me.
Percent rule, 49%. I don't know if you know about that either.
No, what's this?
So the property is only eligible for up to 50% of the building value, which is for the rebuild. So you go into the property tax record, you get pull the building value, and then there's like some kind of math that you have to do to figure out what the 49% rebuild value is, and then you have to pull permits for everything. So if your permits and your contract, like your contractors, the fees, if they exceed that 49%, then your property is now condemnable.
Got it. Man.
Yeah.
You're educating me today.
Yeah, I'm trying to educate everybody because I want to limit the amount of lawsuits that are going to come out of this.
Totally. Yeah, I gotcha. I mean, it sounds like the best buyer for you would be someone who's looking to like do a complete rehab and fix and flip on this.
That will buy it and rehab it, either buy and hold. For something like this, I would, if you can find an investor that wants to like buy and hold or buy and rent or something like that,
what you can do is, well, you ask is, you know, for my sellers to pay for the first year of the flood insurance up front. It's $5,000 a year. You know, they can cover that, you know, okay, cool, like, you wanna purchase this, great. Will it, you know, we'll pay for the first year of flood. This way it covers while you're, you know, renovating it.
Right.
That's what I would recommend.
That's a good recommendation for sure. I'll keep that in account. I do have,
Renovate, and then they can, you know, sell it or whatever they're gonna do.
definitely. I've got a couple friends who they do construction in Davis Island for townhomes. So I'll probably ask them about the property just to kind of get an idea as far as what would need to go into it. Do you have any idea as far as what the repairs would be?
Yeah, it's gonna be around $150,000.
That's steep.
It needs everything. New roofs, new HVAC, in a whole entire interior needs a remodel, everything.
Got it. So yeah, let me reach out to my partners, or not my partners, my friends from the development company, and I'll look into this. If I can find somebody who I think would be a good fit for you, then I'll reach out and we'll just move from there.
Yeah, please let me know. I mean, like, if you can find someone and you can just wholesale it on your end for like a $5,000 assignment fee, just do that.
Yeah. Hey, Bianca,
Let's
you're
move it.
for sure. Bianca, you're cool. You're cool. I'm gonna save your number, okay?
Yeah, save my number, please. I'd love to do business with you in the future.
100%. We'll talk.
Okay.
Cool. You take care. She was a cool gal. That's what we liked, you know? Again, we're just looking for cool people who aren't going to be pricks, but who are open to working with us. Like she was literally cool with me getting a wholesale check. Love to see it. All right, let's get to the next. Let's go ahead and give Tom a call.
You've reached Kristen DeLethio with Joe Williams Safety Realty.
There's another one. So again, this is why speed and efficiency is key. Like imagine had we spent like 30 minutes putting together an offer for both of these only to call both of them and they don't answer. Waste of time. So we have the lead and we have the core information and we can just reach out again when they are available. But for now, on to the next. Honestly, too, the good thing about our calls is since we're getting a feel for who these realtors are, the people who are cool, we just save their number and we hit them back up for future deals. Like it's that simple. And typically we can find realtors other listings by just, doing a quick Google search. So, if we do this for a couple months, we'll have a full list of cool realtors that we connected with on the phone already. And then we can just continue to hit them up for future deals, future business. So let's go ahead and call up this one. Darlene. Have any of y'all seen the Ozarks? Y'all remember Darlene? Oh, let's see. She might have that Southern hospitality. Let's find out.
Hello.
Hey, is this Darlene?
Yes, it is.
Awesome. I'm Logan. I'm calling about Head Sale Drive. Are you the best person to talk with for this one? I saw there was a couple members.
Yes.
Perfect. So before getting into offers, I think best way to do business is just being straightforward. So I've got a couple capital partners in the area picking up properties. And if I were to connect.
Wait. Head Sale Drive sold.
4012?
Correct.
Oh, no. It looked like a great property. I literally had it highlighted on my sheet. So
Yeah. Yep.
awesome.
Price right, sold right. Yep. So sorry, Logan.
No worries. Do you have any other listings that you're currently managing? You seem pretty cool on the phone, so
Yeah, not there. Not right now.
no worries. Well, Darlene, you have a good rest of your day, and hopefully we'll do some business in the future.
Sounds good, Logan. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Darlene, she was a cool gal. Unfortunately, it was sold. So, God damn, my throat is dry right now. I'll mark her in green because she's cool, but property just sold. It's all right. Can't win them all. Okay. Let's go ahead and give her a ring.
Hi, thank you for calling Elisa Caputo with Future Home Realty. Please leave a message.
We will not leave a message. Honestly, we've got a good amount of people that we've talked to today anyways, and plus I do need to spend the time like actually making the deals, sending out the emails. So as far as our calls, we'll end it there. So we got some solid calls. The script seems to be working quite well, and it seems like it's been well received by the majority. So we'll continue to use that and see what luck we have with some of these deals. So with that being said, I will see you guys on the next video. Peace.